You know how it is sometimes, right? You know how it is. There was a new banner around, and I just had to get him. I just had to get him. It's a Massault one. Little middle brother, Massault. He looks like the guy with the promises, right? From the Stray Dogs. Just with a couple of chains, like oh god, I forgot the names of the guys with the chains. But he looks like the guys from the chains combined with the promise. I just had to get him. But lucky enough, he's just a 2-star one. It was really easy to get. Only took like 1 pull. And I guess a couple of single tickets, because I kind of wanted to save the lunacy, since I did have a couple of single tickets. But I didn't get him that way, and then I pulled once, and then I got 2 copies all at once, and it doesn't really matter how I got him, but we have more Massault now! Look how happy he is! We all love Massault, right? We totally all love Massault. No matter in which picture, he always has that grim look on his face. He's so tired of everything. But that's why we all like him, right? Okay. Now, technically speaking, there's another one as well. Another very fancy one right here. Is that done? Yes, that's done. But, well, that's 3-star. I'm usually not that lucky with 3 stars. Like at all. But then again, I guess if it is this card, and I pray to hearts, I'm super lucky at times. But, I barely use stun, so maybe she doesn't really want to join, huh? Could be. I mean, I still have a couple of days left. If I decide to pull again, I can still do that. It's until the 12th of 6, the 6th of 12, right? A couple of days, we have 1-2 more weeks of that, and then it's gone forever. Until they decide to release it again, like the 4th one probably, because I already saw it in the dispenser. But it's fine, Dawn, it's fine. Maybe I'm gonna try later again, but not today. After all, in the last part, I already spent so much time with the ports. We still have a lot to do in the Hell's Kitchen. After all, in the last part, we have started Hell Kitchen. And in today's part, we have Hell's Chica Pulsar. Right? Totally. Oh, I almost forgot. Wait a second, I almost forgot. I still need to upgrade the Shi Association one and Ryoshu LCCB. I almost forgot about that. Done! Good that I checked up your dispenser, huh? Good that I checked up your dispenser thingy. I almost completely forgot to level you up. So without any further ado, we're going to start with Dawn first. After all, we just talked about her. 40 threats, that's not so much. I shall exert great effort. Watch me, Manager Esquire! Okay, she's no longer sad. That's a good thing. Overbreath divided in 2, catch breath, dual strike. Okay then. The Shi Association usually are always a bit extreme in their storylines. At least in the Library of Runa it was the case. So I hope this time around she's not as tired as they usually always are, right? Yeah. The child had always expressed her joy with a hearty laughter and enjoyed silly jest more than anyone, but not now. The child's true nature wasn't a bright exterior. Perhaps treating others with kind smiles and friendship was how she chooses to ease her job of taking lives. The child's blade is swift. In the blink of an eye, before any can notice, her sword has already bisected the victim. No expression colors the child's face in the midst of it all. No sorrow, no joy, no smile, nor tear. But when the child steps forward to meet her colleagues, her face will be painted. Cracking jokes and laughter like there's nary a wound. I doubt anyone knows what this child is like when she's taking on jobs alone. Wait a second. What do you mean she's just laughing? So she's kind of lying to herself to make the job more bearable? Is that the reason why our Donna's trying to play a hero? And is always so cheerful and plays around for justice and stuff? Because she wants to hide that fact that she's quite bothered with taking lives? It could be. I saw people do that sometimes. After all, if you laugh into the trouble, usually it becomes more bearable for some, right? Usually. But I guess Ryosha wouldn't really approve of that. After all, she faces terror and bloodshed and gore face on because that's her art style. She would never crack a joke in order to distract from a display of art, right? It's totally. Oof, lucky sick, shove, TN. Oh, I would have added another T, but that's alright.
Dear new employees, everyone, I know that everyone got tired of hearing this, but please stay focused during this loyal training class. The purpose of this class is to enhance your psychological readiness for battles.
Click-clack. The tape vibrates ever so slightly as the child shook her legs impatiently. Her torso kept making the annoyance brushing noise. What accompanied that was the sound of a restless, irritated click-clacking of her ballpoint pen.
I understand it can be tiring, a bit boring at times, but let's try reading out loud. Open page 3 of the new higher training guide.
This is a reminder to all SCCP employees. We, the before teams, are assigned the paramount task of clearing the path before anyone else does. Every bloodied stem, every flesh gives becomes. VOT, waste of time. The child mutters with a sigh. She was clearly miffed about this waste of time. It wasn't loud enough for the instructors to pick up, but it sure was loud enough for her colleagues to hear. How much longer do I have to suffer this drive? I went along with it once or twice, but it really starts to get on my nerves. Excuse me, can you pipe it down a little? Another child sat beside this one. The expression of boredom was evident on her face as well, but she still went along with the lesson for some reason. It was an odd juxtaposition of dissatisfaction and compliance. Did I say anything wrong though? Sacrificing ourselves for everyone else? Be proud of it? What a load of bull is that? What's so fun about suffering in other states, right? Sure, I can agree with some of what you said, but it's not like we have to work for fun. Better to just go along with it, right? I don't agree with anything you say. I work for fun. Yeah, okay. Good for you. The other child frowned and opened her mouth as though she wanted to add something before sighing and turning away.
Oh, and while ammunition is part of your standard issues gear, please refrain from using them unless absolutely necessary. You know how expensive they are. Remember, the more ammunition you save, the more extra pay you will get.
And that is the reason why some of those children almost lost their lives. Because they wanted to save ammunition and almost died out of the field because of that. Thanks for the advice, dude. You're killing employees. The child scoffed, but she knew that the other child had a point. She wouldn't be getting any interesting jobs if she got fired. Instead of continuing to sigh and complain, the child began chewing on her ballpoint pen. Hopefully, that would make this waste of a time go a little faster. She kept waiting and waiting for a smoke break to arrive. She craved that thick, eye-watering puff of smoke. So here she was, leaving a trail of voluminous, eye-watering smoke in her wake. Smoke from the cigarette in her mouth. Yeah, sure. But there was also a trail of smoke coming from the shotgun in the child's hand. So here we are. Whoa-wee. Okay, I have no idea what that means. waiting over long was worth it eventually. Ah, so that means it. There was no other sound than the metallic shick-shack of the firearm, the light sound of a plastic shell casing hitting the floor, and the sound of a military boot clacking against the ground. There was nothing else here. No new recruit, no teammate, no one. Except of her fun! And now, no enemies. The child gleefully took a hit from a cigarette. What an entertaining predicament. Some things were taken from her, and yet she would also take from them. Weakling. All of them are so-called superior. Was that all they could manage with such weapons? With this great communicator or something? To be fair, it's running low on ammo, and it's decently useful as a blunt weapon as well. So we had to find some coordinates, but they greet me with open arms if I returned the mission objective in body bags of my former superior. Now they will give me more interesting jobs in the future for sure, huh? The child grinned. All's well that ends well. She spat out the butt of the cigarette and made her way deeper into the building. Don't you just love it? The duality of both of their personality? Dawn hates to fight alone because she cannot keep up her facade if there's nobody around. Where Ryoshu has the day of her life when she's on a solo mission because there's nobody distracting her from the thing that she loves. Interesting jobs, killing everyone inside, and just enjoying her sick. Ah, those two would be a dream team, but at the same time, if they work together, Dawn would stick to her like a gum, and she would hate it, but still. They're like fire and ice. I would always bring them together. Every time. Okay, but now seriously though. Al's chicken is waiting! Even though it seems like right now we still only have a battle waiting for us, right? That was just a battle icon. Yeah, that's just a battle icon. Hell's Chica Polaza, or whatever that is. One idea we came up to unravel the distortion was to present some chicken-based cooking. Okay, that is pretty much the same as before. So without any further ado, let us just jump right in there and see what we actually have to fight against. Actually speaking, depending on the monster, we have to include them as well, because I kind of had to cut them in the last part. The part was getting a bit too long, and now we have to fix that. Right? Yeah, totally. Okay, who's the fastest? Who's using the annoying ability? Nobody's going to avoid? Everyone is fine? Just SP thingies? Okay, targets the unit with the least HP for our little Dawn. And I guess Ryoshu's just going to try her luck with this guy, huh? If you were a little bit slower, you could have made use of the paralysis. But sadly, it's not the case. Okay, Sinclair starting off quite nicely. Getting the 5 talisman right away. Paralysis has been applied. There we go. Oh, Ryoshu won after all. And thanks to the paralysis, Dawn has no issue whatsoever to win whatever. Right? Okay. That also doesn't really make a difference. But I guess Dawn has a higher chance of hitting it. Yeah. That's gonna be fine. There we go. 13. And I wasn't able to see if it actually doubles the rapture thing because it kind of got discarded. So much for that. Okay, I need my rapture team, or maybe a mirror dungeon in order to test it out, huh? Yeah, probably. Or maybe some opponents that are a little bit more endurance. Wait, are they new? Okay. Head chicken acaboni. It has a different type of topping. Power seems to be the same. Paralysis. If the user took no damage last turn. Coin power +3. Yeah, I have to hit all of them at least once. And you technically have the chance to win against this one. Okay, that should be fine then. 25, that's a good hit. Another good hit. And 67. Instantly killed. Sometimes it's just great, right? Sometimes it's just great. Okay, defend against this one. Perfect. We're going to deactivate this coin bonus. Ishmael is going to hopefully stagger this guy now. Yes, okay, we got the stagger, so we don't have to worry about them for a while. Double stagger is even better. In order to ensure that both of them are going to die this round. I don't really want to give them a chance to recover after all. There we go, get a lot of poise! Get a lot of poise, this is very important. I think you need to crit in order to double the stakes, right? Yeah, I think there was something about critting. Okay. We have to hit him under all kinds of circumstances. I'm going to add 3 attack waves to the bottom guy. There we go, paralysis has been applied. Good hit, already got staggered. I don't think... Yeah, if it already has rapture, the blue stuff is not working in Sinclair's favor. But that's alright, right? That's totally alright. Okay. Chickens are done. And the MVP is of course done, because she is from the She Association, the master of killing, right? Okay. A chicken in hand. Let's see. Splitting into 2 groups, the sinner present their dishes. I still don't quite get it how this turned into competition, but in any case, they have a long way to go to state the distorted restaurant owner's plate. Or anyone else's, if I'm being honest here. Okay, so I guess the competition is going to start now, huh? Well, let's see how they're doing. Okay. I stared at Gregors' dish for a good while. Is he already done? What, is this, Gregor? A military survival meal. Or something like that. Did they, really eat this in the military? Look, Manager Butt, did you say you're an amnestic? Since when were you such a delicate food critic, huh? True. Gregor lost his usual calm demeanor and suddenly snapped at me. I look at Ryosha's serving next. I felt like I was looking at a brand new work of art. As in, I have no idea what this was supposed to be. Oh. Ryosha, just to make sure, you didn't mistake our objective with assassinating the distorted restaurant's owner, now did you? STCU? Shut the clock up, maybe? She wanted to... Oh, yeah! She wanted to shut the clock up. Oh, Sinclair, I'm getting better! I'm getting better! Heathcliff and Mosolt had caught the owner of Oil Bong and put him in the seat in the meantime. We started by feeding him Ryosha's cooking. We are actually force-feeding him that? Ugh. The distortion language is difficult to pass. It will take at least 70 hours to decipher it based on the speech pattern and cadence? 17 hours? We don't have time for that! That long? We can't even be frying chickens for all that time. Wait. I think I can hear his voice in my head. Wait. How? How curious. This could be due to the influence of the Golden Bureau we've collected, resonating with Manager Dante's head. Why are they resonating with me now? I think I just heard a staggering statement, but the owner's cries are too distracting. Gah! What is he trying to say? A funeral procession in my mouth. Gah! Is your cooking theme poultry apocalypse? He asked. Apocalypse? Right. Today will be the day I ripped that clock from his stem. I was just relaying his review, you know? Then the two of you can go to hell together. I guess I could have maybe deciphered it a bit differently. Got too cocky, eh, Ryosho? Confidence is good and all, but it's no match for hard-boiled experience. Alright? Guess it's my turn now. Open wide now, pal. He's starting to open up his heart, right? He was wondering if it was locked up from the food waste dumpster outside. Oh. Looks like both of your dishes failed. Not so much for the competition, huh? I mean, this was just the first dish. You can try again and maybe make some desserts, huh? The owner and his chicken came at us with a growl, as if to express their master's anger in full. I mean, we did just pour some kind of apocalypse dish into his mouth, plus waste from a dumpster in his statement, so yeah, I could see why he's angry. Okay, now a quick check. I think those are just literally the same as before, right? Yeah, the spicy topping and the other spicy topping. I'm not entirely sure what this topping is. I guess more paprika? I don't know. Anyways, let me just finish them off really quickly. Oh, wait a second. I guess I can't cut the entire fight just yet. What is this? Poultry Apocalypse. Direction brought by the sinner's cooking. Loses HP by 40% of max HP. I guess he got kind of food poisoning? Ah! I guess he got a little bit of food poisoning here. He's level 28. 5 plus 3, 3. Okay, that's strong. Kind of strong. Any passives that I can see? Not quite. Okay, that's just fine. Let's oh, I can't use this. But I can still go for this one at least. How about the big hits? Because we can. But then again, he's faster than me. Yeah, let's just ignore the chicken. Let's just ignore the chicken. It's not that important. It is not that important. The most important ones are the ones with the brown sauce and paprika pieces. Right. There we go! Dawn! She's just killing them! All of them! It's great! Okay, here comes the axe. They're going to have a lot of fracture right here. Hope you like it. It's 12 hits. Even though it doesn't last that long. Okay. No, the remainers are going to stay the same. It's fine. Come on, Ryoshu! No! Oh, the bleed! The bleed! Paralysis has been applied. Guess it didn't really work so well though. It's fine. We can stake at the other chicken. As long as we can stake at the other chicken, it's gonna be fine. Okay, we have 2 staggers now. That's not so good. Minus 22, so it's not so good. What's this? Can I do something against that? Yes. Yes, I can. 15 is good. I could go for the kill, but I guess it would be better to go for a different kill. Nobody's targeting. Ishmael is fine. You are going to try to kill my Ryoshu, but there's much I can do about it. Okay, come on. Yes, there we go. Rodion, beat him up. Get the stagger. Perfect job. Exactly what I wanted to see. Good hit from my Dawn. This is certainly going to be enough to finish off the chicken. Okay, he's still staggered. How about some overbreath? We already added. A couple of hits on this part, a couple of hits on that part, and there you go. 25! And another good hit. Body down. 5 HP. Tail gone. Okay. And that was with 40% less maximum HP, right? Yeah. Thanks to the food poisoning. What's that now? Well, at the very least, it seems like he's still around. I guess we didn't quite kill him yet. What's with these numbers? It may be an indicator, alerting us of squandering 2 out of 5 opportunities. I guess each team can prepare another dish then, huh? How does that sound? And just like that. And thus began Limbus Company's pitted cooking competition. Right, now let's assign each of us a role. Not that it will make a difference, but say, Honglu, have you ever seen a kitchen before? Well, my room didn't really have any kitchenettes, though I did sneak into the grand dining hall on the 2nd floor a few times for snacks when I was a kid. A grand dining hall. Ah. Next up, we have Yi Sang. Wasn't he the only one who came out fine when we drank that spoiled milk the other day? The smell was the central one, permeating my pulmonary depths. Don, is something wrong with your throat? What say you let me take the mantle? She said this with a bashful expression, her hands behind her back. Don, this isn't the time for kid stuff, you know? I'm not a child, and why am I denied the chef's place when Sinclair's allowed to do such on the other team? Huh? The chicken is chopped too uneven. You should cut them better. Keep your back straight. Right, okay. Kiddo, isn't this a bit bland? I think it could use a teensy bit more sweetness. Sweetness? Let's see. Where's the sugar? Based on what Force is seeing, the heat needs to be a pitch up a notch. That one is hopeless. The knife's grip is all wrong. They are all trying to help him? Oh my god, why don't you just all stop backseating the chef and actually help, huh? I mean, you could definitely trust Sinclair to take on that kind of stuff. His palate should be a good enough judge too, growing up in a wealthy family and all. Now wait a tick. Why isn't anybody giving me any suggestion? Watch, I can cook an egg. Oh, bloody hell! Why is the damn frying pan heated? It almost grilled me dead! Everyone watched as the pan Heathcliff threw, hit the wall, and broke into pieces. This restaurant reeks of mold and other unclean stains. It is likely that the kitchen has been left unattended for at least 140 days. Cooking outside may be more sanitary to the current situation. Feburary, give me the permission to cook, come on! Bork? Oh great, how dare you mess up our kitchen! You will reckon with our wrath for your foul deeds! Great, you made the chicken angry now. It just felt like that was what it was saying. Come on, keep it together, Gregor. I guess he's kind of down. He's kind of down after the fiasco that happened with this dish. But hey, who else is supposed to cook, right? I mean, technically speaking, you could at least give Dawn a chance. Who knows? Maybe she's able to do it, right? Splitting into 2 groups, the standard percentage dish seems to be the same. Or is it? But in any case, they have a long way to go. Status restored. Yeah, it's still the same. And it seems like this is another one of those normal battles. Probably against a couple of those chickens again? Probably? I'm not entirely sure. Yes, wait. Chicken head? Chicken? I mean head chicken head? Yeah, you know what I mean. There's most HP, inflict paralysis. Targets with most HP. Passives are not visible right now. It's probably going to do the same as the others though. Only difference is that instead of coin power or fragile, it has paralysis instead. But all of them are still targeting my SP, right? Yeah. 3 SP every round, so I need to make this quick. So, okay. There we go. Chicken defeated. Have to say it though. It was a bit more tricky than the last couple of fights. I guess the chicken with the head is kind of strong. Like, really strong. In comparison to the other two, except of the brown topping, he was kind of strong. He did give us a little bit of trouble. But it's still fine, right? It is still fine. Now then. Iron Chicken Chef. Is that the second round? The owner's reaction could have been worse. We only have a few chances remaining too. It looks like our only option is to count on the sinners, who seem like they know their stuff. I hope. Do they though? Do they actually know their stuff? I'm not entirely sure though. I mean, technically speaking, the last time we relied on Sinclair was during the Mexican dance-off, and he did in fact pull off quite a performance, so maybe he can do it again. Not entirely sure about Dawn. She might be able to pull it off as well, but we will see. Huh. Can anyone tell me what this food is meant to be? This is quite simple. Mensch Esquire, is not chocolate such a delicacy? Thus, we put it into the cooking. Next, I utilize orange as a substitute for potatoes, for I much dislike the tubber. What? Who do you think you are to take spots out like that? You're a right baffling bird, huh? Okay, but why is the chicken so brutally torn to bits? It was customary in our town to rip chicken into bite-sized pieces using one's hand. It was a treat to remember. And what is that black thing? Why is a lump of coal in the pan? Complaining an awful lot for a mountainous goose, huh? Do you even know how to eat this stuff? Wait, is he trying that? Oh, the number's down. Ugh. The chicken rushed at us under the distorted restaurant's owner short yet decisive order. He didn't like it. Why did you put orange sticks to a chicken dish? Look what you did! All the browns! And the white! I have to hit him. But I have to hit them too. The coin power! The coin power! Oh god, okay. Okay, I'm cutting it a bit close, but it should be fine. Okay, turn 9. Turn 9! One more turn and I would have messed up my exhibition. The spicy food! The spicy chicken! The troublesome attack buff and coin puff, right? But hey, this time around at least the big chicken didn't join the battle, right? But we did lose another number, so that's not good. Nay, what manner of foul trickery is this? The number has gone down, while the judge has yet to even touch his dish. Yeah, that seems kinda unfair, you should at least try it. He said it's not even worth evaluating, since what you said of it scared away his appetite. Ooh. That's a few more syllables than what the owner spoke, isn't it? Maybe I sense it a little bit. But you don't have to ask anything else, right? Right he is. May this rejection be revoked? Hold it. Let me ask you guys this first. Have any of you ever tasted this thing? Really? Not even one of them? You can't just feed others things you haven't tried yourself. We're trying to please someone here, okay? Clockface got a point. I have to admit. So, who wants to try this? I mean, technically speaking, it should be Dawn. After all, Dawn cooked it. But even she doesn't want to. The tension was bigger than when we were preparing for battle. I urge you not to look at me with such eyes. Permit me, if my sacrifice helps to unfurl the wickedness of the world, why sacrifice? It is your dish, Dawn. Aren't you confident about your own dish? Dawn shuts her eyes tightly. Bugger all! Just get the damn stuff in their jaw! Heathcliff grabbed the lumps of the serving and shoved it into the nearest person's mouth, but not himself. Really? Really? Mersault? Mersault stood completely still at the unexpected taste test. Did that kill him on the spot? I swear upon my honor that I have done nothing to cause trouble this time. If the Virtuous is ever to ask who was responsible, then... The search turned to Heathcliff. Very slowly. The what? The dressing is erroneous overall. Failure to properly cook the chicken has resulted in a residue stench of blood and other unpleasant odors. The sauce too thick to bring up the deeper flavor. The inconsistent cuts of the meat contribute to the serving inability to rouse one's appetite. You actually can tell what's wrong with the dish? Have I gone loony? That is what you have to say about it? None. I have not finished. The season and spices are a complete disaster, and the taste in my mouth is even worse than plaster. Lacking sugar, you toss 2.5 spoons of butter, and the end result simply belongs right into the gutter. I'm sorry. Yi sang, I must ask if you aim to drone my teeth and prong my tongue by cooking wrong, seeing as this plate is a headstrong lens to ding-dong notions of what food is to you all along. I have not one excuse. One bloody moment. Is he possessed by something, or... Most people were unable to accept my point when I elaborate on my statement in details. Because of that, I have not bothered to expand upon them until now. But if you ask any of those questions, he's going to give you a full, detailed reply, even if his lives depend on it. Additionally, I know, why don't we just let Basalt take charge of this, huh? Seems like a good idea. Hong Lu swiftly made a suggestion with a shower of claps to break the friction tension before his turn to be condemned came around. We'll help you with everything you need. I do not prefer to have assistants around. Fret not, we shan't disappoint you. Don bravely exclaimed, rolling up his sleeves. Cooking is not really my specialty, but if you insist, I will readily attempt it. Let's have a look at Friosha's team then, huh? Well, there was a spectacle occurrence in Gregors' team. The air had grown tense among Friosha's crew. But how in the wing's name am I supposed to make food that is both salty and clean, sweet but not too sugary, and lightly cooked, but somehow also crispy? Sinclair yelled, throwing the apron he had wearing onto the floor. I can't do this anymore! I guess Ishmael was right. Beating Heathcliff at arm wrestling is gonna be easier than this. They still give comments while he was cooking. How is he supposed to cook? Don't you know it? Too many cooks are going to ruin the soup, right? But I guess it is a bit easier than this. Yeah, that was actually a joke though. Statistically speaking, it is as likely as Sinclair's height increasing by 5 centimeters in just about 1 week. In other words, it is nigh impossible. Shut up already! It's all the same! A week. You cannot withstand a few criticism and come whining like a pathetic soldier you are. A few? If you're so damn sure about yourself, Otis, why don't you do it yourself then? As courageous as his rebuke was, his eyes were shut tight. Oh. Well, you leave me no choice. She actually is doing it? Out of my way, stranglers. It's about time someone lead this troop. In a series of turbulent events, which I didn't really fully catch, the Soldiers took up Gregors' culinary antenna and Torque Blanche. Ach, he wears his hat. The kitchen grew busy as Gregor's Sinner moved according to Masolt's order. Behold, Masolt, I have craved this one into an adorable shape of stars. Potatoes should be cut into square pieces, so that they may evenly cook on all sides. Nevertheless, square shapes, 5 centimeters thick. Well, if you want to help, you have to be precise. Massault looked more charismatic than ever with the mantle of head chef upon his shoulders. Whatever. A chicken is a chicken. It can only be so special, right? Who knows? That lost recipes of his might have been superficial stuff like 1 spoon of earnesty and 3 scoops of effort, Oh, so this is how you cook potatoes. What the? Yeah, I thought they were harvesting baked potatoes on the field? Taking me for a fool, aren't you? Obviously, red potatoes fall from the trees when the time is right. He really doesn't have a clue about cooking. I was just kidding, Heathcliff. What are you planning to do with that tenderizer? Oh, a serene flower has blossomed onto this yarn. Ah, so a bud can indeed bloom, even upon this barren ground. That is a sign that the potato is poisonous. It must be disposed of immediately. Done, confiscated. Right-ho! Ah, please do not do such thing, and it's already done. Burning things are significant in their own way. In truth, the state of being burnt may as well be an imaginary concept, defined by man when the essence of an object has remained unchanged. Burned is referred to the condition in which food item is discolored beyond a certain degree and produces a rancid smell after prolonged exposure to high heat. Also, if you consume way too much burnt stuff at once, there's a high chance that you might develop some very strange stomach diseases, so please refrain from eating too much burnt stuff, if you can help it. And this one has also been burnt to the core. It is only right to discard it, as a long-term consumption of burnt food can negatively impact the body. Even Massault knows it. I guess I didn't really have to mention it. How regrettable. Massault became a ruthless chef, while Yaseng remained mostly unhelpful. Heathcliff was peeling the ingredients at a surprisingly brisk pace. Don't grab me, it will ruin my focus. Knives are a luxury. A real pauper can peel any spot with nothing more than a metal spoon. This gets a pass. You're rewarded extra points for the expertise display in your arsenal stocks. That's class! Wait, you're handing out points? Watch closely. You need to employ wide varieties of ingredients. Being a picky eater is what stunts your growth. I can still get taller from here, I think. Also, an unbalanced diet is the reason why your hair turns all grey. Foster's always had. Your hands in particular have become coarse and rough for the same reason. Excuse me? That's because of all the work that I did aboard the ship. Mean Exotus? What about me? What is the diagnose? Don't yell ferociously like that. You're being a distraction. Just nothing to say about her though. That's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. Okay. How much time do we have? Is there going to be another battle? Yes, there's another battle. Should I do it right away? Maybe I should do it right away. How much time do I even have? Not that much. Okay. You know what? I think it would be wiser for me to make a cut right here. In the next part, we might already kind of reach the dungeon from the looks of it. After all, it already says 7 out of 10. But practically speaking, are we even going to have a dungeon around here? I mean, technically speaking, we are not going after a gold burrow right now. This is just a side quest. So instead of a dungeon, there might be a boss coming up really soon. The actual boss. Maybe a boss without all of those debuffs, like the last time when we fought against the chicken guy with the food poisoning and the apocalypse stuff, right? Maybe. Nevertheless, I hope you guys had fun in today's part, and see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye!